everyone, I'm Adrienne Everheart, and in this video I'm going to give you some tips on how to test and find out if a man really loves you. So stick around, I can't wait to share these with you. So my first tip with you is about texting and being a little bit of a booty call or just a text buddy to a man. And you might be in this situation. So many of my coaching clients and women over at iHeart Love Academy, they're in a situation where they mostly text with a man and they're not really even going out on a date with him or seeing him regularly. They're having more of a texting relationship. So my number one test to see if this man really truly loves you or he's just using you as a text buddy is I want you to have a boundary about texting. So I want you to be able to tell him that, it feels really great to hear from him, but you're really looking for a more regular dating relationship. Now, by giving a man a boundary, yes, you miss out or you could possibly end this texting relationship, but at least then you'll know that he's just using you for company on his phone. And you don't really want to be company on his phone because what that does is it actually makes your energy come from a place of telling the universe, this is what I'm okay with. I'm okay with just being someone's text buddy. And indeed, if you are looking for a loving, long-lasting relationship that leads to a happy marriage, you're not just wanting to be a text buddy. So by having this boundary with a man and clearly telling him, I feel so amazing when we're together and I always feel like we have a great time, yet I've noticed we're just texting and I'm looking for regular dating. And I'm curious what you think. You could even add that. Now, if you're familiar with my best-selling ebook, it's called 500 Ways to Talk to a Man. I have so many scripts in there that teach you how to have these kind of difficult conversations, but I also teach you how to script for yourself and how to make your feelings the topic of conversation instead of his ego. It will really shift the energy exchange. So the number one thing is end texting and definitely end booty calls. If he's calling you up late at night and you're going over to his house, the surefire way to find out if a man really loves you is to stop those behaviors and instead state what it is you want. Now, you don't want to say, hey, I want this with you. I want to have this with you. I want to have this sort of relationship with you. You just say, this is what I'm looking for, or this is what feels good to me. It feels so good to drive each other crazy and have these little late night rendezvous, yet I'm really looking for a regular committed relationship or a dating relationship that turns into commitment. And definitely check out my ebook for more examples about how to have those tricky conversations around moving from dating to commitment, so you can find out if this guy really loves you or not. The second one I want to share with you is when a guy just wants to be your friend, but he maybe even tells you how much he loves you, and he will always love you, but you're just a friend. So in my ebook, 500 Ways to Talk to a Man, I have a script for that, and I'm going to share it with you now, and it is, I have always been your friend, but I don't want to be just friends. And yes, you may lose out on him. He may go, wow, I can't do this, and he walks away. If he does, so be it. And let him walk away. Don't keep texting, don't keep calling, because he has to miss you. And when he misses you, as the days go by, he might realize that he's not only lost a friendship, but he's lost a woman that he loves dearly, and he will come back for you. So that is a great way to find out if a man loves you, is you really have a good boundary in place when it comes to that. Another script I think you could use with the friendship is, I already have so many friends. I have a lot of friends. I'm not looking to make another friend, because a guy who keeps a woman around as a friend, especially one that he's had a sexual interest with, there's usually other motives involved. And whether it's a game he might be playing with himself or with you, or just having fun and loving that sexual tension of hanging out with a woman he can't have sex with anymore, whatever it may be, I want you to make sure you're sending the message to the universe that you want to be hanging out with men who are interested in having loving, long-lasting relationships that lead to marriage, not just friends. So this last one, I really love this because so often I hear from women and they'll say, oh, there's a guy at the office that we keep having lunch together and it's so amazing. Or there's a guy I know and we're hanging out, but he won't make the first move, but I can tell by the way he talks to me, he likes me. So I wanted to share this script with you about how to find out if this guy really loves you or not, or if he's just, again, just having fun being friends and playing some sort of sexual tension game with himself and you. So the script is, I really feel there's more between us, and I'm curious what you think. So I really feel there's more between us, and I'm curious, what do you think? And the guy might go, yeah, there's definitely more between us. And that's when you have to lean back and let him get into his masculine energy. And you can get clarity and say, well, what does that mean? So remember, a big part of feminine energy is you are strong in your boundaries. You are strong in clarity. You're very clear on what you want. And when you don't really understand what something means, you ask. So I would go ahead and ask the man, well, what does that mean for us? What would that look like? A lot of guys might even say, well, I want to date you, or I want to be in a committed relationship with you. Oh, that feels amazing. What does that look like? What does that mean? And that's when you work out the terms and conditions. Now, that's a whole nother video I have out there, but this is one way to find out if a guy really loves you or not. He might really have a huge crush on you, be falling in love with you from afar. So now you can come to him and say, it feels so amazing hanging out, and I always feel so good having conversations together. And I'm curious if there's more for us. What do you think? So try that one out, find out if he really loves you, or if you're just a nice buddy he enjoys being around at work. All right, ladies, now if you need more help scripting and finding what it is you feel in your body and coming from a place of feminine energy, you're also strong and powerful as this goddess on a pedestal, but you're very aware of what you're feeling in your body. You're able to express it to the man so that he hears you. Remember, when a man hears your heart speak, it goes to a different place in his brain rather than instructions or being a manager to him. It really affects him differently. So when you learn how to speak from your heart, men will listen. And when you learn how to embody your feminine energy, men will literally be coming out of the woodworks to hunt you down and ask you out, or want to take care of you, provide for you, give you a loving, long-lasting relationship. So check out my book, 500 Ways to Talk to a Man. There's so many amazing things in there. And as always, if you like my video, please hit subscribe and give this video a thumbs up if it's helped you. Thanks so much for tuning in. I always love to hear from you in the comment section. Mwah. Bye-bye.